Hi friends, welcome back to chemistry classes. Today we are going to start or learn about saturated, and in the saturated we are going to learn today alkanes. In the last class we have learnt about the organic compounds, that's aliphatic, cyclic, and what are these different parts of that and all we learned. So today we are going to learn the saturated, that's alkanes. Here now, what are alkanes? It is a saturated hydrocarbon which has single bond between two carbons. Here alkanes means it is a bond between two carbons, that's it has single bond. It means alkanes have single bond between the carbons. Alkanes have single bond between them, and the general formula is CnH2n. The general formula of alkanes is CnH2n plus 2, that is n number of carbons in the bond plus H is 2n plus 2. Here general formula is CnH2n plus 2, and it is a saturated hydrocarbon. It is saturated hydrocarbon with single bond. This is a main, that's single bond, because double when it comes to alkenes it becomes double bond, when it comes to alkynes it becomes triple bond. Actually in the last class I have already told about this general formula and what are alkanes, so it's very important formula. This is just a depiction of this alkanes, carbon with carbon and single bond, and here again carbon with carbon single bond. And here the maximum bonds for carbon are 4 bonds, that's 1 2 3 4. 4 are the maximum bonds for carbon, and once it can bonds, the maximum one time bond is 3. 3 bonds it can form maximum at one time. Next, methane. This is the first member of this alkanes. Methane is the first member of alkanes. When we come according to the general formula, the general formula is CnH2n plus 2. When we take only one carbon, that's when we take only C, and here n value is 1, 2 ones are 2, 2 plus 2 is 4, that's CH plus 4. Here methane, CH4 is a methane. This is the first member of this alkane group. Alkane. Here you are going to learn about also homologous series. In the homologous series you are going to be known about these family members and what are the members. About this all you will be getting to know. So this is the first member of alkanes. Methane is the first member of alkanes, and methane is colorless, odorless, highly flammable, and highly explosive noxious gas. It's explosive noxious gas. It means noxious means very dangerous, highly explosive dangerous gas. It is highly flammable and highly explosive. Here this may be used in these mines or something other else where it's used, or it will be used in the bombs to create bombs or to make the bombs. Here this is the electron dot structure of methane, that's carbon. Here this is the carbon with 4 valence electrons outside of it. 1 2 3 4 are the 4 valence electrons, and hydrogen with 1 its valence electrons. So here 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Here carbon takes these electrons and hydrogen takes these 2 electrons, so it forms 8 electrons. I think you know about the octet rule, which it means last shell should be filled with either 8 or 2 electrons. Last shell should be filled with either 8 or 2 electrons. If it is 8 we call it as octet rule. If it is 2 electrons then we call it duplet rule. Here this duplet rule is only applicable for hydrogen and helium. Helium follows duplet rule, and other all elements follows octet rule. And this is the electron dot structure, that's carbon 4 valence electrons and hydrogens with its valence electrons. This is electron dot structure, and this is the structure of normal structure, 2D structure of methane, that's C with 4 hydrogens on all sides. Here carbon with 4 hydrogens. This is the structure, and this is the most important structure of methane, that's 3D structure. I think you will be knowing about pyramids. It's almost similar to pyramid. This we call it as tetrahedral shape. This we call it, this shape, 3D shape, we call it as tetrahedral shape. Here the carbon is at middle, one is above the plane, and remaining 3 are on the different sides. This one is above the plane and remaining 3, these 2 are back side and this is front. I hope you can imagine these 2 are back side and this is front, and this one is above the plane. If this is a plane, this hydrogen is above the plane, and here carbon, here back side 2 carbons and front side 1 carbon. This we call it as tetrahedral shape. Bond or the length between 2 hydrogens, the difference between 2 hydrogens, this angle between 2 hydrogens is 109.28 minutes. Here 109 degree 28 minutes is the difference of angle between 2 hydrogen bonds, the difference between these two. Here difference between these 2 hydrogens we get 109 degree and 28 minutes. This is the angle between 2 hydrogens, and this is a 3D structure. Next, marsh gas. Here what is marsh gas? I hope you will be knowing about the word marsh. Marsh means dirty, that's unpleasant smell. Something unpleasant is known as marsh. Here plants undergo decomposition and release methane gas with unpleasant smell known as marsh gas. Initially this CH4 or methane is odorless, but when plants undergo decomposition, it releases marsh gas, and this marsh gas react with some bacteria and create unpleasant smell known as marsh gas. This methane is also known as marsh gas, and this smell is nearly found in the sewage plants, drainages, and very dirty areas or dump yards. Here I hope you know about sewage plants. Here where sewage or dirt or something is used to create electricity, heat or something, that's sewage plants. And I think you know this marsh gas is also a greenhouse gas. This marsh gas is also a greenhouse gas, and greenhouse gas means which destroys this UV rays, or this which destroys ozone layer, they'll tell. But this greenhouse gases does not destroy the UV rays, but when this is the earth atmosphere and when this is a sun rays, and here all the gases will be present. Here when sunlight comes, some of this sunlight will be sent inside, and when it causes more heat in the earth, it reflects back to the space. But these gases which are present here, these greenhouse gases, sends it back to the earth, sends those rays back to the earth, which causes the global warming. Here CO2 and this marsh CH4, CFC, all are greenhouse gases, but we won't tell CH4 mainly as greenhouse gas, or we won't tell about this CH4 because it's not present abundant, or it's not present maximum in the nature or in the atmosphere. But CO2 is present, so that we tell it as CO2 is dangerous for earth. But this CH4, this marsh gas, is 10 times more dangerous than CO2 and causes global warming. This marsh gas, this CH4, is 10 times more dangerous than carbon. This CH4, this marsh gas, is 10 times more dangerous, and this causes global warming. No one will tell about CH4 because it's present in very minute quantities, so it's also a greenhouse gas. And this methane gas is present in hollow cavities inside the mines and are highly explosive, called as fire dams. Here I think you will be knowing about these mines and all everything. Here they blast this earth surface, they blast under the mines, they blast it. They doesn't use these all TNTs or bombs. When you mine, some of the gas go underground and settle. it goes in the air cavities, methane will be present, and this methane is highly flammable and it's highly explosive gas, and this is non-poisonous gas. This methane is not poisonous gas. So I hope you have got some information about methane and marsh gas and alkanes. In the next video we are going to discuss about ethane, its uses, and preparation of methane and ethane, like alkanes, preparation of alkanes in the laboratories. So please like this video, share and subscribe to our channel, that's Steady to IIT. Have a great day.